Moeen, 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 Moeen. He takes a hat trick just because he can. What do you reckon?
Good.
I have been going through Barmy Army's website to find that very special song,
Really?
which I dedicate to Mo and Ali, yeah. Well, you know the Barmy Army.
Yeah.
Barmy Army, Barmy Army.
I know the Barmy Army.
Well, of course they post songs and
I was hoping you'd be more original. To be honest.
I tried to do "Come on, Moeen," but I didn't know the rest of the words. Come on,
Why didn't
Moeen.
you look up the song? and then-
Ooh, because it's like I looked up the song
Right.
and they were like proper lyrics. It wasn't just like one I could remember.
Oh, well, you just need to remember the tune, and then you just bodge it into the tune.
I did find another song. Do you want to hear it?
Yeah, go on.
Ooh, Moeen Ali. Ooh.
Oh no, Jesus,
I want to
we're not
know how you grow that beard.
having that. I can explain how he managed to take a hat trick today.
Yep.
I'd like to take some of the credit.
Oh, yeah, but it's an inside joke that they won't understand. So. This is the Long Hot Cricket Podcast. I'm Dave. I've Owen sat beside me. How's everything at your end?
Yeah, good mate. Chuckle Brothers, how's it your end?
What they used to say?
Well,
no,
me
it's
to you,
me
innit?
to you,
But,
isn't it?
Yeah. How is it? How are you?
Very well.
Yeah.
Enjoying the cricket. Now
Yes.
we're off work.
It's always good when we win.
It has been a rare occurrence in the last.
Yeah,
10
we need
games.
to be careful about just swinging to and fro too far.
No.
No,
That's what makes
are we meant
every
to do
great
it?
sports podcast.
Okay, right. Sorry.
Every sports
Sorry.
fan is very fickle in their approach
Right,
to
because
winning and losing.
I just don't want to seem like
We
when
won.
England when England lose, we just hate them and
Which
take it apart.
We have every right.
Yeah, but then when they win, we're just like, I think they might be the best team in the world.
Wow. You said it. The 100th men's test match at whatever ground it was at the Oval
The
today.
Oval, Jesus. Yeah, I know, that surprises
100
me.
men's test matches.
Do you not think they'd have had more?
We got to think.
It's only England that play their test matches. I know,
England-
but
You got to remember that probably only recently in the last, I don't know, 20, 30 years, whatever, we've been having more than one test series in a summer.
that's kind of cool, though, isn't it? And we managed to win it.
That's almost like 100 years, I suppose,
Yeah,
of test
It's even
cricket.
better.
Probably a little bit under. I don't know, even more. But there's been Sky have done lots of brilliant coverage on
Yeah.
lots of archives, which if you have the time, I imagine Sky have become very good at giving you free content now, actually, due to the apps and things like that.
Mm.
And the ECB do a lovely YouTube where they give you highlights for free.
Yeah, I know. Well,
So if you
I'm
subscribe
on the
to
ECB app,
yeah, the ECB
and they
app.
give you
If you
little
subscribe to the
highlight videos on there. of the footage
ECB on
and
YouTube,
stuff.
they certainly have
It's
been
good.
giving brilliant highlights. 5 minutes long as well
yeah,
for free.
Yeah, it's good.
Anyway,
Right. Should we get into the? Oh, have you got any news?
no news.
Let's get
No.
straight into the game.
Yeah.
Okay, so talk us through the toss. Talk us through it.
Can you not find it?
who had the coin?
England won the toss.
What colour was it?
Time to
England won the
bat.
toss. Chose to bat, which the commentators were very happy with.
Although
But they said, like, it's meant to be if you win the toss at the Oval, you got to bat first.
oh really?
Yeah, apparently.
Yeah.
But they were saying if there was ever a test match and conditions where you wouldn't,
Okay, you would.
this test match was the one where you had a chance to bowl
For the first the first 3 days certainly, and probably a little bit yesterday, I suppose. It was definitely bowler-friendly conditions,
Yes.
wasn't it? Well, overhead conditions anyway, and it was certainly moving around.
It was quite green, the pitch, I thought.
Yeah, it was. Wasn't it?
It
But
wasn't
then
like that, like tan brown, was it?
it had grass on top of it,
Yes.
but it was breaking up with footmarks, wasn't it, as well?
I think it's another good test wicket.
Yeah,
I like it.
yeah. I certainly would welcome that kind of wicket
Yeah.
going into Old Trafford.
Right, so should we start off? Should we... the opening partnership doesn't last too long.
Yeah, Keaton Jennings.
It's got to make it interesting, haven't you? To be fair, I think he looks bit like a rabbit in the headlights at
I
Test
think-
match level.
No, I think you're right in what you're saying.
But he got a good ball.
He did.
I think he got a good ball in the first innings.
I want to just put this out there everywhere. England make 353,
Yeah.
and we'll go through the key points of this innings. But every wicket, maybe apart from Broad, but Broad's batting at number 10, was probably very good bowling.
Yes.
The bowlers got the batsmen out, and although it was only 10 balls that did it, because South Africa didn't bowl that well generally, but the 10 balls the 9 if you like, not counting Broady.
Well, you only need
Good
10,
wickets.
10 perfect balls, don't you?
And
Can bowl dross for the rest
I
of
thought actually I was pleased England getting 353, but I was pleased them getting any score because I didn't feel like they gave it away.
The 353 in this innings sort of goes against my thing of thinking they just give up. Because they didn't.
Yeah.
They didn't give up.
I think who allowed that and gave that mentality, which started the innings, was Cook's 88.
Yeah.
88 off 200 balls.
He just dug in. And it's like...
And that allowed players later down the order, Stokes mainly,
Although
to come in and play.
Stokes had to dig in.
Yeah, he
at the
certainly
start,
did. But he was given
sort
that.
of started the fight back.
He was definitely given that foundation with because of Alistair Cook's really dogged 88.
I don't know if there's anyone else in the England team that could do that.
What, Cookie's role?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because like Stokes,
There's
brilliant
not many,
innings, but he's never gonna get like 100 off like 280 balls, is he?
how
It's
many
just
people?
not gonna happen.
How many people can do that in world cricket though? I can think of Hashim Amla, maybe Kane Williamson. There's not many players out there that can play that kind of.
Because I don't think Joe Root
No,
wouldn't play like that.
I think Joe Root is mentally strong, but not
I
not
don't
the same.
think Kohli plays that slow
No.
either.
But I think
Not that it's playing slowly.
it's that mentally strong game that you're allowed to. Hashim
stay
Amla,
there.
definitely.
But yeah, really impressive that. I like that he's still the same, even though he doesn't have the captaincy. Like that was a
Yeah.
captain's innings
Yeah,
in that
yes,
first
yeah,
innings because
certainly.
it kept England in the game.
Yeah, and I think it's good to see him actually go out there and make runs.
Yeah.
if you like.
He was unlucky not to get
yeah.
100.
He was-
Should have got 100.
I thought Morkel bowled generally pretty well
Yeah.
at Cook all throughout the Test series, and especially through this Test match.
Is it Tom Westley?
Yeah, we had a little. We saw each
Yeah.
other after his first innings, and you said to me, "Oh, he looks.
I like the look
He
of
looks
him.
pretty good." And I
Yeah.
said, "I'm a little bit worried." Now, I'm happy to go back on what I said, but I'd like to talk you through why I was slightly worried.
Go on.
Me not being the most knowledgeable person on techniques and
Right.
batting, when I saw Wesley play, he plays a lot through the leg side.
Yeah.
And I said to you, and we said, Cook only has 2 shots. He has that 2-3 shots maybe.
Yeah.
Shove off his legs. Probably pulls. He doesn't hook particularly
Yeah.
well, does he?
It's
And he
not-
cuts.
Yeah.
And
That's interesting. When he plays his best, he has 3 shots.
yeah.
Isn't it? It's
yeah.
like that's when he's really in good form.
And Jonathan Trott played everything off his
Yeah.
legs. And I think you said that to me. You said, "Oh, these 2 players." But I said, "Oh, they've got brilliant Test match temperament.
Yeah.
They are brilliant under pressure, and they don't mind." And the way Wesley got out was
Poor. Wasn't great.
Working a straight ball, or was it slightly offside, outside the off stump to leg?
I think he had a lacking concentration because it was
Right,
straight
okay.
after a break,
Right.
and he's
And
just got out the first over after a break.
So obviously working to leg means to get technical, which I'm not
Right.
good at, but gives less of the opportunity of the bat.
Timing just has to be much, much better.
And I was worried because I thought, oh, right, he's just going to do that and he's going to get caught out really easy in Test cricket. Like we've seen players like Hales, put it on Hales' legs, he'll take you all day long.
Although,
but put it outside his off stump.
yeah.
Also players like Vince, who you stop him scoring boundaries, we've seen him just dry up. Balance to an extent, you pitch it up outside his off stump. Although that's a very good ball, I know. But I thought everyone was getting a little bit too, excited about it.
I think you can tell with the technique of just when they look compact
Yeah.
and they play properly, and it just everything looks right, and they just look like a really good player.
But I thought his second innings, which we will go on
Yeah.
and talk about in depth, I presume. I thought his second innings
Yeah.
showed that he had that test
Exactly.
match mentality, and he was actually a very accomplished player who actually looks pretty solid. I know it's early to say.
Yeah,
because
but
we've seen players do well.
He did enough in the first innings. I thought he looked.
Yeah, he
looked
certainly looked very good in the second
Yeah.
innings as well.
So Joe Root.
Gets in, gets out. I
still
suppose.
I don't understand the Philander thing, but we won't go over that again. He just bowls in the right area. It just must be the right area, and it does little bits and bobs.
Philander had a strain of food poisoning.
Yeah,
So it was on and off.
to go
and
off.
It did look like he was running
Yeah.
off, and that obviously halted.
He
South
bowls like
Africans.
74 miles an hour.
Oh,
and still gives people trouble.
Slightly
But he
quicker,
does
78.
think at that speed sometimes.
Yeah,
It gives, and it's like they dig out a Yorker. It's like I don't understand.
bowls a heavy ball. I think one of the only other notable innings is Stokes 112.
Yeah.
Now,
well,
112 of 153, you'd probably think in typical Stokes innings.
I think you
don't
got. I
it
think
was.
you got to get him out early, haven't you?
Yeah,
Because if he has that sort of like 30 balls of digging it around and staying there, then he will just pick up the run rate. Whatever you bowl, he's going to start hitting it.
but I think he started his innings slowly, and he played himself to the match
Yeah.
position and the conditions that he was faced with. And actually, we slated Stokes, but an innings like this is
Yeah,
just
really good.
what we want.
And it
out
wasn't.
of Ben
It
Stokes.
wasn't like a flat track
No, it wasn't.
bully, was it?
No,
So
it was. Which I remember when that comment came about, and we agreed with it last. I did say Stokes was probably on his way to becoming less and less of a flat track.
yeah.
bully.
Well, maybe answer this question after we've talked about the match. But I wonder whether is he now in the team as a batsman. We'll come back to that because he does
that's a
have
good question.
he does play a bit more of a part in the Test match.
But yeah, Stokes 112, and actually, did you see the way he got those 3 consecutive sixes?
Yes.
And the one to get his 100
Yeah.
was Faf du Plessis carrying it over the boundary.
Yeah.
For 6.
I don't think that was for his 100. That was the one before. It took him to 90 something.
Oh, did it?
Yeah, and then the next one he just cleared long on by miles, I think, to get his 100.
Well,
But that was a good catch. It was a good
Yeah,
catch,
yeah.
but he was just
just
there was
couldn't-
no chance. He
couldn't
actually
use it, yeah.
bounced and then
Yeah,
went into the boundary.
It was
like,
almost
oh.
like skipping stone.
Yeah,
Something
it's
like-
unlucky.
And actually, Toby Rowland Jones can hold a bat and hold it really well. Actually,
Really
he
useful.
looks an aggressive player,
Yeah.
and he looks probably like what we remember when we used to see Broad. Oh, poor old Broad. And we used to see him be able to bat.
Yeah.
And let's just look at the South African bowling. Obviously, Philander, 2 for 32 off 17s. Fantastic.
Yeah.
Oh, Morning Morkel, I think I'm becoming more and more of a Morkel fan.
I've
As it
always
goes.
liked him. I think the problem with people who are really tall is they can have they can have the tendency to bowl short
Well,
because
their
they can
natural
get
length,
the bounce.
if you like, is
Yeah.
probably slightly
Yeah, it can be because of that.
shorter, isn't
But
it?
I think then you can get into a bad habit of just bowling too short.
But I think he picked up Cook on LBW, and he had a couple of
Yeah,
catches.
that was unlucky.
Yeah.
That was unlucky because that quite
Looked
easily
high,
could have been not out.
Well, I remember watching
Because he was
that.
jumping.
Yeah, I
Cook
remember
was in the
watching
air and
that.
it hit him on the knee roll.
And I thought the umpire shouldn't have given him out.
I
because
wouldn't.
I thought that was
'Cause
just so much in doubt.
He's English. I would have not given him out.
Though Morkel, and Rabada, what a ball was to dislodge
Yeah, I know.
the debutant Milan. That was
They're so
He was on the
lame,
floor,
isn't it?
you know what I mean?
Like on debut, just got an absolute scream.
that was a
Oh my
snorter of a ball.
God.
That was. And we saw a lot of good wickets. I think even the one the Maharaj wicket, the LBW, I thought was decent. It wasn't really spin friendly conditions at that point, but yeah, poor old Milan on debut along with Wesley and Rowland Jones probably is the only player out of those three who couldn't show his full potential.
Yeah, I like the putting the extra batsman in
Yeah, so
because
do
I wanted that
definitely.
really badly.
If you're not going to bowl Moeen Ali, if you're not going to bowl,
Which they wouldn't. They bowled Moeen
Another
Ali
spinner.
loads. So
and Moeen Ali's
perfect.
done well.
yeah, well, we'll get onto that.
Yeah, no, I do think we can't be too harsh on Milan because that was a slaughter of a ball.
Yeah.
And then when we go on to the second innings, we'll talk about England going for a push in their runs.
Yeah. What happened with Morris? The last Test match, he looked really dangerous.
Yeah,
I tell you, his bowling action, and I don't know because there's so many things in a bowling action, but he looks like he's got a lot of movements.
Right. Okay.
Do you know what I mean? Like you want, the more movements you've got, the harder it is to be consistent. And he's got like really flaily limbs and everything before he then lets go of the ball.
Though I don't think Rabada's looked brilliant in this Test series. I know he's only had 2 games, but I don't think he's looked as good as we know.
No,
Rabada
but
can play.
you could get away with it when you're proper express pace.
Yes, yeah.
Like you can be a bit more erratic.
And I suppose the cheesy idea of class is permanent. You know, all of that.
Yeah,
Even if you're having a bad day, you look.
Yeah, he's fine. But
you'll do
Morris, although he's not slow by any means, he's pretty sharp.
When we first covered the first Test and we first had a look at his bowlers, we said they were terrible. We said they weren't great.
Although,
imagine taking Morris out and putting Dale Steyn back in. Now that's a good looking bowling lineup, isn't it?
I mean, I think if you took Philander out of that bowling attack, if you replaced Philander with Dale Steyn, I don't think that would be as dangerous.
No, I think
Philander is their best bowler, most dangerous
most
bowler
definitely.
by miles.
Especially in those conditions, especially.
Yeah, because like in that Test match, when he was having like 5 over spells, it's like just survive 5 overs.
Yes,
it's like he bowls that well.
Yeah.
It's like he doesn't need that long.
And I think we were blessed, England were blessed anyway, that maybe the fans or the neutrals weren't blessed, but England's certainly blessed with him having a bit of a dicky time.
Yeah.
I think we'll...
Should we move on?
I just want to end saying that England batted 103 overs.
That's a really, really good innings.
Which was more than what they batted in the whole of the second Test. So glad that they applied themselves this time, or at least 2 of the batsmen did. South Africa, now it's a Toby Rowland-Jones show.
Yeah.
South Africa all skittled out for 175, but did find themselves 61 for 7. So they actually did well to add 110 or so for those last 3 wickets. But Toby Rowland-Jones runs through the top order.
That's insane. He bowled really well.
He found himself on a hat trick in the second innings, I think. But yeah,
I want to see more of him before I make a judgment.
I think he's 28, 29.
That's fine. That's all right.
I remember you telling us that he'd taken a hat trick.
Yeah, that was
the season before, but I'm glad you brought it to the podcast. He can bowl those mid 80s, not similar to Stuart Broad, I suppose.
Yeah. Obviously he's bowled really, really well.
He has bowled well, though. Yeah.
But I think they were perfect seamers conditions, weren't they?
Though I think the Hashim Amla wicket was good. He pitched it in short.
Yeah,
and
he just
took
walked.
the glove.
Yeah, Amla walked.
Yeah, well, that's
the thing. So I don't understand how you couldn't.
What walk?
Well, now with the review system, when you know it's hit your glove and everyone goes up appealing, it's like if it's a half appeal, you could try and risk standing there and they might not review it. But when they're going mental and they know it's like you've got to go. They're all like brilliant. Well, yeah, no, like he's got to go, isn't he? He can't stand there. Look, a right melon. But anyway, really good ball.
Toby Rowland-Jones finishes with 5 for 57 on debut.
Yeah,
not a bad
that's
debut.
insane.
And he did bowl well, and he was accompanied with Jimmy Anderson 3 for 25. Jimmy Anderson's turned 35 this Test match.
Yeah.
How long have we got left? A year? Another
Depends.
Ashes and next summer?
Depends how the Ashes goes.
Okay.
I think if we hammer them, or if we win,
yeah,
then he might stop. And if we get hammered, he might stop.
So you're thinking...
If we win, I think he'll stop.
So you're thinking we get beaten...
If we get hammered,
right? Okay,
he'll stop.
I'm thinking maybe next.
But
next summer.
Who's it against?
I don't know.
He doesn't want to go out
fair enough.
Playing,
fair enough.
But in the Ashes,
thing is,
win
though,
the Ashes.
He still looks all right. He's not quite got the zip, but he can still swing the ball, and he still looks good, and he's still economical, he's still bowling 82 miles per hour. This isn't Glenn McGrath, this isn't Philander pace.
You want to go out on top, though, don't you?
Yeah,
you don't want to be. It's time for James Anderson to call it a day.
I still think he is pretty top.
Yeah, no, he is definitely.
He's not quite
but
what
like,
he was 2-3
you may as
years
well
ago, but
stop,
he's still top.
Stop there. Like, he's only going to get.
Stay with
do you know
us
what I mean?
until you're 40. He doesn't have to bat or field.
Yeah, I'm sure Moen
Right.
could show him how to bowl a little bit. Some tweakers. He could stay in there forever.
Broad, the one with Stokes, but generally England bowled really well. Bavuma, who actually I would quite like in my England 11.
He's good.
I'd like him to take Milan's spot if possible. Can we sort that out? 52 off 120. Okay, he hasn't scored many hundreds, or I think he's only scored one for South Africa. But that was
he dug in.
He was
the good thing is as well when he played shots, he totally committed to it.
Yeah.
Which always just going to give you. That's when you get in trouble, is when you start bailing out on shots.
Well, do you count Duplessis as bailing out when he is hit LBW twice by not playing a shot in both innings?
Yeah, I know.
The first one, you can kind of.
It's just got to.
Jimmy Anderson will surprise you because he can go either way.
Yeah.
And he can do it.
It just must. Well, obviously, it's just a misjudgment. He's just obviously not picked the line or something because. Yeah, I don't know. You did see who was it left it on length. I don't know whether that was his thinking. Is he's just picked the wrong length? So I don't know, but yeah, bad mistakes.
Happy to leave that.
Yeah. But I thought England bowled well, and that's put real pressure on them. I don't know if I would have preferred the follow-on.
Couldn't.
No, I know, but
Right,
I don't know
okay,
if I'd have preferred it.
So if they would have got.
I don't like. I don't know.
If was it the second day or the third day, whatever day it was, where.
Do you think if you were a batsman and say it's like Faf and you've got out just badly, do you want to get straight back out there or would you prefer a break?
I'd probably prefer a break.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know whether I'd just going back out there, but like, oh, right, okay, it's like having another go. It's like having a free.
I would have been up for the follow-on that evening, but the South African batsman held out, and it was still. Still looked like the overhead conditions were still very difficult to bat against.
Yeah.
So that's when I would have tried, but obviously South Africa batted on until the third day morning, and even if they would have got them out that third day morning, I don't think I would have enforced the follow-on because you've had the night to sleep. I would agree. But let's move on to England's second innings where we see a lot of starts. Actually, England only needs to make 313 for 8, but that's not the full story. England were 150 for 2.
Cookie getting 7. Do you think there's
Morkel bowled really well at him?
But there's a thing in sport of following up something really, really good. It's just you can't do it. It's like he's hit an 88 off 200, like however many balls. Yeah. It's like, can you then do it again?
I think the special players like Cook and Root can.
It's so difficult.
Morkel
I think it's so hard.
Morkel bowled really well at Cookie, actually.
He must have. You've got to be I know he's mentally strong, but you've got to be drained after that.
Well, I was watching it, and 88 of 200 balls. This is the first innings, and I was just thinking, do you know what? I couldn't do this. I don't think I'm mentally
play at that standard. No,
even if there's something that I had to do for my living, for my job. And it can
maintain concentration for that long. No, it's crazy. Of course, no.
England. I watched something on.
Most batsmen can't. Like that's literally the difference. It's like there's loads of players that can play all the shots, and it's the mental.
When I'm playing on an Xbox, I can't. Well, I can. I'm pretty good. I was watching something on YouTube regarding the England team, and it won't surprise you that Alistair Cook is the master, if you want, the leader of the bleep test.
Is he?
And a lot of people...
When he runs like Woody?
But you think the bleep test, he's fit. We know he's fit.
Yeah. Okay, I thought he looked like he'd lost some weight.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he didn't look as big as usual.
But a lot of the time the bleep test is putting your mind over body, isn't it, really? Because you've got to keep on going.
As long as you've got the body.
Yeah, and
you've still got to be majorly fit.
He's certainly fit enough, isn't he?
There's a few people that have completed it,
Completed it?
Yeah, David Beckham.
What level does it go to?
I don't know, but it's high.
Is it?
Yeah, but it does stop. I mean, you can't go to level 100. It does stop.
Nice.
Yeah.
Might give it a go.
There's a few sports people that have.
David Willey, I think, is the fastest in the England squad.
Is he?
I think Johnny Bairstow's second fastest.
Yeah, Johnny Bairstow is pretty quick, isn't he?
But anyway, yeah, Cook,
Sort of offline there.
Jennings 48. It was a horrible 48. It was pretty gross.
I quite
at
like
times.
that.
But he got dropped, and then
Yeah, I know. But you gotta,
decision was closed.
you gotta.
Maybe out.
It's like he's hard to give someone else a go now.
You think so?
Yeah, if he's sort of scuffed one out, and he's like, well,
what about
he's
if
trying.
he doesn't make any runs? Well,
He's
if he makes
trying.
next to nothing in the next test match,
then he's in trouble.
Right. Okay.
But I'm thinking you can't. It's hard to go. Let's try someone else. But well, hang on.
There's one man waiting in the background. I think that's Stoneman. Played Durham last year. I think he's at Sussex or Surrey this year.
I think you got to give him some time.
But I hope he makes a score in the next game.
Yeah,
because that will give him the West Indies.
I don't think he needs a ton. He's safe, obviously.
Obviously, yeah.
But I think if he makes a 50, then sort of like a 20 or a 30,
if he can get a 50 in the next game, it becomes a lot easier against the West Indies.
Yes,
and then he can maybe look to build on his
it's sort
confidence.
of like this could be his career. Can he make it to the West Indies series? Because that could make him.
The thing is, imagine if you're Stoneman, you're probably you never want to wish anything bad to happen to any of your teammates, but he's probably thinking, if he doesn't do well, all I've got to do is well against West Indies, and then I'm on them.
I don't think that's just professional sport.
Yeah, of course.
He's definitely thinking that.
Well, I was saying he wishes he wouldn't get injured.
No,
I
know what you're saying, but he absolutely wants it.
Though Wesley, like we said, 59 off 141.
That's insane. I like it.
So he scored 44 of those runs through boundaries.
But
what happens when you cut those boundaries?
Yeah, but it's like KP, isn't it?
Right.
He used to actually not score for quite. He'd not score for like 5 balls and then smash it for 4.
Okay.
So it's just different ways of doing it, isn't it? It's like
I would be interested to see how Wesley gets on, because I'm hoping it's not going to be like a Duckett or a Balance or a Vince or whoever else we've had who've looked good to start with, and then
I like him.
Being found out.
I think he'll be okay.
Well, you can see where I'm coming from. We've seen players do really well to
start
with.
Don't know if I might prefer him at 4. Like Nasser is saying, I think it's time. It's like Joe Root's just got to do it.
I certainly like him being a right-hander. I think that breaks that up nicely.
They were saying that as well, because we spoke about that, and I was like, I'm not really bothered. But they were saying,
no, I think especially against Philander,
they were really up for it.
Who was swinging it? Definitely have a right-hander in there. Though it's very rare to see a debutant coming in at number 3, isn't it?
Yes.
We normally see one of the top order batsmen get moved around to take that position.
But I like Wesley. I'm a fan.
And then, he gets himself out by trying to push on, gets himself stumped.
It's all right, that's fine, isn't it? We're in a good position.
Not a problem. Root does gets himself out for 50. He's looking to try and push on. And then we see a beautiful partnership between Stokes and Bairstow.
Yeah, we're going to just go over Matt, just leave him.
He's trying to push it on, but he can't.
Do you give him another go? I like the extra batsman.
You have to, don't you?
He's
only had one game.
I like the extra batsman.
I think it's out of his. He got a snorter in the first one. The second innings, he's being pushed into a position where he needs to make runs quickly. Stokes and Bairstow look good, don't they? They're able to raise the.
What's his first name?
Milan.
Yeah.
David.
David. I was going to say it's W.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
I imagine that's Welsh.
Yes. Would be.
David's generally a Welsh name anyway.
Yeah, Bairstow. He's so good. He's got to bat higher. He's got to bat higher.
Good question. He's
got to bat higher.
Now, all of the commentators, I think most of them, including the likes of his biggest fans like Geoffrey Boycott, Jonathan Agnew, they like him at number 7 because that's where he naturally plays best.
No. I'd prefer having Stokes slightly lower down.
I like Stokes. I said Moeen's come in front of him, but it's difficult. It's so difficult.
Is 7 too low to have the extra batsman? Do you see what I'm saying?
Well,
Could we not swap Milan and Bairstow round?
Yeah, it's too low.
Is that too low to have the extra batsman?
Bairstow as an all-rounder who can come in and make hay. And I think bring Wokes back. Okay, Toby Brennan-Jones can certainly bat, but bring Wokes back back, and that adds that batting lineup really strong to number 10.
Do you think England think about partnerships, as in who people bat well with?
Potentially, but I think they think about
because Bairstow and Stokes do bat really well together.
I think they're thinking match the predicament of the match, the match position, where Bairstow can come in and make a quick 60, 70, even a 30 or a 40, and push that on. And I think that's where they like him at number 7 for that reason. Although I think he's probably the third best batsman in that lineup.
Well, you were all up for putting him up the
open.
order.
No, I certainly was up for putting him at number 5 at least. Well, number 5, I like to see him. They put Quinton de Kock at number 4.
Yeah. I think that's possibly too high.
I think
for
6
a wicket.
6 would be nice. Or maybe even 5 and get Faf in front of him.
Anyway. Yeah, Bairstow's really good.
And Toby Rowan-Jones makes a not-out score with
25 and then 23. It's all right, isn't it?
2 6s, and they were good. Maharaj comes on and takes the 3 wickets, but really that was, like I said, England were 170 for 2 at one point. The reason why they were 313 for 8 was just they were losing wickets.
Because you're trying to push it on you, so that's going to happen.
Though, do you think the declaration came?
I like an aggressive. Oh, what you think it came too late?
Oh, way too late. Yeah.
You think it came too? No, I don't think so.
You don't think 490 is excessive?
Well, you don't want to lose, do you?
There's losing, and then there's someone doing something amazing. Get 450.
Well, it depends how much time you've got, doesn't it?
The thing is, though, where in the
it's like if
would you have not rather of them instead of
you got to think you don't get another go. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, you're right that one. But instead of declaring on tee, declare and have 2 or 3 overs, 4 overs before tee. Make the batsman come out twice.
Well, yeah, but
I think
I don't know. It's a massive. Well,
Stokes
possibly
came out and said, "Oh, Jimmy and Broady like to get in a rhythm and they don't like to be interrupted."
Good point.
I think the batsmen even more so don't like to be interrupted, and they won't like to have to start twice. I would have declared earlier.
It can be difficult bowling. You can be bowling really well, and then if you have a break, you do lose your rhythm.
Yeah.
So I can see
and I imagine
that would make a difference.
Late on in the day, maybe they didn't do that much fielding beforehand, but maybe their legs are tired.
And Jimmy's old now,
or whatever. But I think I was surprised actually because we've known Joe Root as this plucky little character, and actually that was more conservative than Alastair Cook. 490 is excessive, I think.
Yeah, but if you've got enough time, why put yourself in a riskier position?
So I think 450 to 490, 40 more runs.
Yeah, it doesn't bother me.
Could South Africa have ever chased down 450? Obviously.
I don't know. No, but yeah, but all right. Well, that's not a massive. That doesn't bother me. I'm quite happy.
I wanted to just quickly talk about the captaincy, actually.
I think the more runs you put on, the quicker you get them out. Imagine if they'd have been chasing 700.
What about this idea of...
just kept going. Got 700. They'd just give up. Just like, there's no point.
What about this idea that you can have 2 bites at the cherry with before and after? 2 breaks, that's a break of concentration, isn't it, there?
Oh, what? Is in the openers having to start again?
Surely that's more attacking than making 40 more runs.
I don't know.
Anyway, captaincy, I think we spoke about this when in the podcast. We go back and listen to who should be the captain, or Joe Root's the captain, or one of the captain ones we've done. And we spoke about the idea that actually Joe Root won't be this attacking captain like we think, because he spent a lot of his career under Alastair Cook, who's quite conservative.
Right. Did we say that?
Well, I certainly said that.
Right.
I said that he's had no opportunity to captain anywhere else. So he will be not biased, but he'll be influenced by previous captains.
Yeah.
And that's...
Well, everyone is, aren't
Alastair Cook. So I don't think we're going to see this ultra-attacking Joe Root.
I think people used to get upset with Cookie with the fields. I think he's always defensive with the fields he'd set. And I think Joe Root will probably... I don't know. I think it's like a modern day thing of like, let's put a short leg in and a deep back fine thing, and like, oh, look at that.
Somebody who was very attacking was Michael Vaughan in his declarations and his field settings. And he obviously took over from Nasser, who fiery but sometimes conservative, but always sometimes.
Jinx Straussy was conservative.
Yeah,
I think he was on that side.
To a degree.
I don't think I think Cookie was probably.
I think that was a natural trait to be conservative.
Yeah,
that was him as a person. Kevin Peterson, obviously, I can't really remember too much.
Well,
from
he
his captaincy.
didn't have long enough, did he?
But I think the declaration came, half an hour too late. Although it hasn't made a massive difference in the game. Though I'd like to see them have 2 bites at that cherry. Have a crack before tea and then after tea.
Didn't need it. Right, should we move on to South Africa?
Yeah.
Last innings of the match.
South Africa 252 or like following.
What's the deal with this?
175.
Oh, that's interesting.
What's that?
The South Africans swapped to face first
Really?
in the opening partnership. Yeah, Dean Algar faced first in the first
Oh,
innings.
so they did.
Look at that. That's interesting. I wonder why that is. I'll tell you what. When I've opened the baton, I always prefer to face first and do better when I do.
Do you know what I was watching before you came? Was Kevin do you remember the 2011 Ashes?
Yes.
KP made that 200.
Yes.
And
Adelaide.
the test before that, he didn't get. I don't think he got to bat.
I think
in
he
the
got
last innings.
Oh yeah, because Cookie batted forever. Yeah.
And then
Trot. I remember because they came up with a stat of like he's been waiting 48 hours, like in game, to have an innings. It was mental.
Yeah, I think it was like 10 hours.
It was huge. Anyway,
in game. And so he'd had the pads on for 10 hours in game time, if you like. And he turns around to Collingwood and says, "I'm tired. I'm knackered. I've watched this all. Can you go in next?" Collingwood just says no, and then goes in and KP makes his double 100.
Right.
I thought that was quite. That's funny. Collingwood was just like, "Nah."
Well, no.
He's just like, "You're joking, aren't you?" No way.
Of course not.
But I thought that was maybe they had a similar. Algar was just like, "I'm not doing it."
Oh yeah. Well, I think it's sort of like, I don't know. I'm the how do you say his name? The other
Kuhn.
Yeah, he doesn't convince me. He doesn't look that good. I know he hasn't done that well, and it's easy to say that when someone doesn't do particularly well. But some people just look like you can get them out. Do you know what I mean?
I don't think he started Test match cricket that well.
No. Anyway, some openers just look really. Some batsmen look like you could get them out very easily.
The Elgar, that was a really. I'm using the word dogged a lot today.
There was a lot. Yeah, I think you had to bat.
And Elgar was brilliant today. Absolutely brilliant.
That's a Cookie innings, isn't it?
Well, I think it's quick.
He reminds me of Justin Langer, the way he bats. Sort of
ugly,
not
times.
very pretty. Sort of a few shots in the bag.
He scored 80 of his runs came in boundaries.
Yeah,
it's a lot.
Patience.
I'd like him in my England team.
Yeah, well, I'd like an opener. So, get Amla early. That's good.
Hashim Amla didn't really look to play any shots, and what was seen was no backlift. Came in and just wanted to jam the bat. Didn't reach anything. I was so looking forward to watching this. I was like, oh yeah, we're gonna have a Raul Dravid in, and I don't mind if South Africa,
as long as they don't win, you don't mind.
Could all get out for 250, but as long as Amla makes the Elgar in,
makes 100.
It doesn't make 100, but faces like 700 balls. Do you know what I mean? And I was like, oh, that's kind of a traditional cricket I really like.
Yeah.
But he can't do it. Bavuma gets himself in, but can't stay around a bit. Elgar makes up the lion's share of those South Africans.
It's one of those scorecards where you're like, oh dear, how have they got 250? Do you know what I mean? When you look down the scorecard.
Yes, yeah. Well,
it's like 11, 130. It's like, okay, 5, 5, 0, 30, 0, 20, 20.
2020?
Yeah. 0, 0. You're like, oh, how's that happened? But yeah, nowhere near getting it. And of course, Mo gets a hat trick.
Well, they were nowhere near getting it because of Mo and Ali.
It's a shame that
he's shit.
That it had to be reviewed to get a hat trick.
Yeah.
It does take some.
It looked pretty plumb as well.
I know. I think the umpire thought the batsman hit it.
Oh, okay.
I think he thought, even though he's missed it by miles.
The wickets to get to get Elgar then Morris were pretty much identical.
Yeah.
Just throwing it up. No, not Morris, sorry. Rabada and Elgar,
Right, yes.
the two
Sorry.
left-handers,
Yeah.
Morris is right-hander, was pretty much identical, throwing it up, and then they were just almost doing like catching practice in the slips. Elgar must have been gutted to get out, I think, because he didn't have to.
Yeah, he'll have wanted to see it out.
Yeah. But then to get Morkel, because I was thinking, right, Morkel's going to put on a bit of a show and he'll attack Moeen. I was thinking, and then when it was so great.
It is a shame that you had to review it. England, to be fair,
did you see
they celebrated quite well.
Did you see Stuart Broad giving him the team talk beforehand? It was just like, he had him by the shoulders, like, it's almost like, you can do this, yeah. And I just thought, because he's such a cult hero, Moeen.
Patrick Ball's just like, just bowl it straight. Just bowl it straight, please.
Oh, dude, I am pleased that it's the first time since I think the 30s that
you got to make someone play. Really?
Yeah, I think so.
You got to make them play.
Can you in the last 10, 15 years? Can you
remember?
Can you remember
a
any
hat trick taken by a spinner?
No, any other Test match hat tricks from an England player?
Oh, no.
Do you remember Hogarth's?
I think Stuart Broad's had a few goes, hasn't he?
Do you remember Ryan Sidebottoms?
Yeah. Hang on.
Sidey got his.
Was that Test match?
Yeah.
Was it? Okay. Yeah.
Hoggy. Has Broad got a hat trick? No.
I don't think so. For some reason he sticks out as he might have done. I think he's. I don't know.
Darren Gough got a hat.
Yeah. That was that. I think that might have been a
was that
one
ODI?
day. Yeah. I think. Anyway.
And Toby Ronan-Jones.
Yeah. Do you want to see any? I mean, really well played by England to come back from rubbish.
Yeah.
What do you want to change? What do you want to change the England team?
Coach? I don't know if I like the coach, I think the coach is on his way out.
With a team, what do you want to change?
Not a lot.
No, nor me. The only thing I might like to see is, I don't know, it just looks a bit weird, but swapping Milan and Bairstow around.
No, I think keep Milan there for the time being. Let's just see how that goes. And if
you say we can't have a batsman down there, but Moen's batting lower than that, so we can.
Moen is a brilliant spinner. He doesn't just take hat tricks for
right. Yeah, good point.
For no reason, does he? And that's because we haven't got pressure on him being one of our leading batsmen.
Perfect. Well, yeah. What was I thinking?
They've got this susto, and that's why we've got this weird team.
Well, I'm not a selector, am I? And good reason.
Though, I actually backed your idea of the batsmen we have got, just push them up because they are good batsmen.
I know.
The only thing I'm thinking maybe is Milan out and a spinner in.
No, you're not. No, we just spoke about that last. No, we don't want. He won't be used. It's like they said. It's like playing with 10 when we could be playing with 12. It's so.
Well, let's play with 13 with Ration now.
No, because they don't bowl them. It's stupid.
Right.
Yeah, I'm quite happy with the team.
Decent.
Quite happy to give Milan another go, and I'm quite excited about Wesley. So it's good results out of that Test match.
Them being 29, all debutants are the 28 or 29. Does that worry you?
No.
I think not the slightest.
People generally do their best late 20s coming into international cricket.
What about bringing Ian Bell back then?
Well, isn't he like into his 40s now? Anyway. Yeah, good.
England win by 239 runs, and we are the greatest in the world.
Yes.
Podcasters, that is.
Well, not really for us to say.
I got an email.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Who did you get an email from?
Do you want me to read it out?
Oh, well, I'd like to know who it was from first.
It's not an exciting email. It's just an email to show that we've made it.
Oh, okay, good.
As
sponsorship?
Almost.
All right.
As podcasters, we have made it. I need to go to my bear with me. I just need to go to my deleted section. But
right. Okay. So it's not that important then.
I need to put this.
So is it from a listener or what? Well, everyone's listening now, aren't they? So okay, we can just.
So you can email us if you like at whatever the link is in the description.
Well, I'm hoping it's the. I don't want to hear about just a private email.
Do you want to know what the?
Tell me about it.
Monetization YouTube content.
Right.
So that's that sweet.
Oh, get out.
Hi.
Get out of town. Who is this from?
My name is Akeem.
All right.
From Vima.
Right.
We shouldn't be giving them a new video platform. don't look at Beamer. This is probably just a
Right.
scam or whatever.
Yeah.
Which allows users to watch from the best of TV. Don't know what that means. Digital and film with no contracts or fixed fees. So it's probably it's another streaming site, if you like.
Yeah.
I wanted to understand, given we focus on increasing digital revenues at Vima, which approaches you currently use for revenue. We don't make any. And how we can help.
All right. Cool.
We currently work with a growing list of brands. We are not a brand
Well,
on our platform.
we are a brand.
So I am sure there is some synergy we can create.
Cool.
We'll have to look at the online dictionary for synergy. Never mind.
Synergy? Well, that's like working together, isn't it? Synergy.
Sweet, sweet money.
Yeah. Well, no, it's got to... Jesus
So
Christ.
far, creators on our platform reports 37% increase on average relative revenue. Now,
They want video content with no video content.
I can tell you 37% increase. The
From naught is nothing.
37 times naught is still nothing. Shall I send you a presentation deck to explain more? Let us know. Thanks.
How genuine do you think that is?
Keen.
How scammy does it look?
Well, out of 10, an 8.
Okay. Right. It's still pretty cool, though. I like that.
Thing is, though, we don't make any. But
Didn't you turn that off, though?
well, I just didn't. I didn't allow us to have monetization just because I thought there's no point. We're never going to get over 1,000.
Well,
We're getting close to 10,000 views now. And that's £10 that we are owed.
So
We need new mics.
that's true. Tenner. We'll wait until, people can not worry about adverts on our stuff until
tell a friend,
we get a couple thousand.
and then if that friend tells a friend, then you'll start worrying about adverts.
Yeah, you'll have to skip before you listen to the video. Anyway, it's a bit boring for them, really.
Well,
it's
I
exciting
just
for
thought
us
they might
more than anyone else.
They might like to know how.
Okay, yeah, it's all going
37%
forward.
increase.
We're trucking on. Yeah.
Thank you, Akeem. Obviously, one of our listeners. Right, tell us about your village cricket.
Oh,
diaries.
really? Oh, we got. How long is this podcast?
37%, mate.
Right.
47 minutes.
47 minutes. Should we do the village cricket another time?
No.
No?
Well, we're not going to get together before you play next week.
Yeah, can do.
No, we're not going to get together before you play next week.
I see.
There's a test match.
There's Game
on
of Thrones,
Friday.
is it? We were playing. Well, we were 3 losses on the trot, so we had to come back. Important game.
Did you lose when you made that 88? Oh no, that was a different team.
That was for a different team. So
have they been playing without you when you've been
No.
off? No,
no, we haven't. The
team was a one-man
yeah,
team.
we
is
have.
it?
Yeah.
Oh, does it show no team shows?
And we were playing a big game against our rivals.
Yeah.
We beat them earlier in the season, but last year they beat us.
Is this
when
old Georgians?
No, when we played them at theirs.
Yeah.
So we were playing at their place, lovely ground, private school.
Yes. You've
really nice.
certainly painted the picture in the previous episode.
And we batted first.
Yeah.
I batted 4, get the form in. Off the mark, beautiful defensive shot. Pushed into gap, single, lovely.
Nice.
Play a lovely on drive.
Oh, the hardest shot in the game.
Yeah, to long on. Think, I'll have a single there. He was quite a bit quicker than I thought. Picked the ball up, direct hit on the stumps, and the umpire said not out, but I knew I was about 2 foot out of my ground, so I walked.
So how many did you make?
1.
Ah.
And everyone was telling me to go back, but I thought you can't really do that.
Did they not give the soft signal, or did they?
No, they didn't have any DRS going on, or any
that
of the
is weird. Why would they not?
third umpire there. They didn't have the truck there.
Did you just have head down, or were you waiting around?
I walked straight off.
Head down. Yeah.
I knew that
Did
it
you
was out.
Bat under the arm.
Yeah, I just straight away cap off, gloves in the hat. I was like, it can't stay there. It's like they all know that's out. The umpire had his back because he was scared of the throw and just claimed it was not out. So I had to walk off for
Technically, if the umpire doesn't see it, he can't give it out.
That's true. Has to go with the side of the batsman. But so a bit disappointing there, but wasn't that disappointing because I gave myself out, so it never felt that bad. Then we ended up we had a bit of a collapse.
Yep.
Last wicket partnership of 70.
70.
It was pretty good. So we ended up
streaky, or they
very
good.
We ended up setting 237
off 40.
Off 40 overs.
Did you bat the overs?
No.
No.
It's like 2 overs left, I think.
Well, you're run out.
Yeah. Anyway.
What was that?
So then...
I'd have stayed.
Yeah, of course you would have. Yeah, we've discussed this. If you'd have
I'd have hit it straight to mid-on, I'd have stayed. Do you know what I mean? In the air.
And then, but they have 2 batsmen. One very, very good,
as well.
and another one who's all right. And they both open the batting, so we knew we just needed to get one of them, and we could get the rest of them out.
Yep.
I opened the bowling. Started off 2 overs, a little dobbly off spin. It wasn't going for anything, but wasn't really doing much. So then, under captain's orders, told to change to a bit of seam up, and knocked this guy's off pole. And it's the only time ever I knocked it out of the ground. Off pole, cartwheeled.
The Whispering Death style?
Yeah. 2 bounces.
Holding.
2 bounces.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some say it's still going now.
I was well chuffed. So got him.
Yeah.
Next guy came out, middle peg, out the ground. That was satisfying.
You were on a hat-trick, were you?
Hat-trick ball. Might have bowled it down the leg side, but...
Just like Stokes did, actually.
Just got to go for the stumps, haven't you? Yeah. So we ended up winning. Got my figures 8 overs.
Yes.
3 wickets.
Oh, good.
Bowled off middle leg.
That could have been... Well, it's not a hat-trick, but it's the perfect...
And for 13 runs.
So 3 for 13? Off 8?
Off 8.
Very well done.
Yeah, good game, and we won, so we've broken the losing streak.
Yeah.
Which is nice.
And you are now known as Whispering Death.
Yeah, well.
You always have been.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's wrap it up there.
Yeah, because people haven't got 6 years to listen to a podcast. But
though saying that, though, there are podcasts out there a lot longer than 52 minutes.
Yes, but with a lot more interesting people on.
Debatable.
Arguable. Anyway, yeah, cheers for listening.
Yeah.
Hope you've enjoyed it.
If you're
new around here...
Are you going to do this?
Subscribe.
Go for it.
Well, I was halfway through, but if you're new around here, subscribe. Hit the little bell so you get a notification. If you're not new around here, I just hope you've enjoyed it and smash the like button. Big thumbs up.
Would you like them to stay subscribed because you don't want them to miss any content?
Yeah,
obviously.
well, whatever you do, don't unsubscribe because that would be a mistake because you'll miss out on stuff. Also, you could just drop us a nice little comment. Let us know what you thought about the podcast or, something you want us to cover. Maybe we've missed something.
Maybe.
Also, you could drop us an email. It's all longhop.com/, and have a good one. Cheers for listening.
One of these?
I've already said it. Thumbs up. Oh, you're killing it.
Right.
Yeah. Cheers for listening, guys. I hope you enjoyed it all and all that.
When will we next see them or hear from?
We'll be covering the next Test match, the 4th Test match between England versus South Africa, and we'll be releasing the podcast the day after the game finishes.
Or on the day potentially.
Well, just maybe it depends how it goes and what we're doing.
Game of Thrones.
Cheers.